Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be discussing about a little complex topic. You know what's common between every business entity? They require funds. So when these funds are procured from within India, there's no problem, no approval is required. But when these funds are procured from outside India, there are certain RBI guidelines that needs to be followed by a company. So we'll be discussing about that form FC-TRS. So let's get started. So let me tell you about Form FC-TRS. Form FC-TRS basically stands for foreign currency transfer. So this form comes into picture when there is a transfer of shares or any other capital instrument between a person resident outside India and an Indian resident and vice versa. So basically you need to file Form FC-TRS along with Form FC-GPR to the authorized dealer bank and they will then submit it to the RBI. There are specific transactions under which one is required to file Form FC-TRS. First one, to report transfer of capital instruments from a person resident outside India holding such capital instruments on repatriable basis to a person resident outside India holding such capital instruments on non-repatriable basis. Also, from a person resident outside India holding such capital instruments on repatriable basis to a person resident in India. Second, buyback of shares pursuant to scheme of merger, demerger, amalgamation of Indian Companies Act approved by National Company Law Tribunal. It is important to note here that the transfer of capital instrument from a person resident outside India holding such capital instruments on non-repatriable basis to a person resident in India is not required to be reported under Form FC-TRS. Now let's jump on to the procedure of filing Form FC-TRS. The first step would be to register the entity as a business user. For registering as a business user, go to the firm's website at firms.rbi.org.in, where you will be able to register yourself as a new business user. The next step would be to log in into firms using the business user login credentials. In the next step, you can log in into SMF and reach your workspace. On a single master form, click on the drop down menu, written type, where you will be able to see different types of forms. Select Form FC-TRS and click on the Add New Written. The user will be taken to Form FC-TRS, where certain details will be prefilled like CIN, company name, PAN number, etc. While some details like entry route and applicable sectoral cap, statutory ceiling will have to be filled. Then you will have to fill the common investment details. These details are common to all the returns that can be reported in SMF in FC-TRS form. Fill up the common investment details in the form. After filling the details of the common investment, common details needs to be filled in the next step of the Form FC-TRS. Details such as way of transfer, change in shareholding pattern if any, transfer is made from and to whom, nature of transfer, date of transfer, transfer type, and at last the buyer or seller details in case of sale or donor and the donee details in case of gift. Then comes the details of transfer such as type of capital instrument, number of instruments, conversion ratio, number of equity shares on a fully diluted basis, face value of equivalent shares, transfer price per instrument, the total amount of consideration and the fair value of instrument at the time of transfer. The next thing you will have to fill in the Form FC-TRS are remittance details such as mode of payment, name of AD bank, address of AD bank, amount remitted and received in rupees, whether and tranche number, whether remitter is different from a foreign investor, value of equity shares on a fully diluted basis other than foreign portfolio investment and indirect foreign investment, or value of capital contribution or profit shares, foreign portfolio investment and indirect foreign investment value of equity shares on a fully diluted basis. Pre-transaction values are auto-populated from the entity master. Post-transaction values are auto-calculated based upon the details provided in the form. Post-transaction means pre-transaction value of shares plus value of shares reported in the form. The business user shall ensure that the details are correctly filled in the form so that the shareholding pattern which is auto-calculated is correct. After filling in all the details, click on Save and Submit for submitting the form. The non-resident transferor or transferee will have to attach a declaration along with the form FC-TRS. For your reference, I have attached the declaration form in the description box below. Talking about documents required for filing form FC-TRS. When the transfer is by way of sale, you will require valuation certificate, transfer agreement, non-resident declaration, acknowledgement of form FC-TRS or FC-GPR as per the situation, FIRC or outward remittance certificate and KYC. When the transfer is by way of gift, you will require relevant regulatory approvals and that has to be attached in the other attachments. Along with that, you will also need consent between the donor and donee for such transfer and that also has to be attached in other attachments. Along with that, non-resident declaration has to be attached. That is also attached in other attachments. So guys, that's all for the day. Hope this video was helpful and informative for you. We do keep posting such videos on regular basis. So please hit the subscribe button below so you get updated every time when we post a new video. And in case you're having a doubt, you can post your doubts in the comment section below. Our team will reach out to you soon. Till then, I Pulkit Kinkawala signing off. Bye-bye. Take care.